final decision on legalizing recreational marijuana in Pennsylvania could soon be here.
The move has many intrigued, especially when it comes to how it should be regulated.
Our Spotlight correspondent Mitch Blocker gives us a look at how private money could change state policy.
Here's an exclusive Spotlight PA investigative report.
I'm Spotlight PA correspondent Mitch Blocker. Pennsylvania is on the verge of a lucrative decision, legalizing recreational marijuana. The debate over how to regulate it has attracted heavy lobbying from companies in and out of Pennsylvania. It has Spotlight PA's team of independent journalists investigating how all of that private money may shape public policy. Throughout 2024, the cannabis industry spent more than $1.6 million lobbying Pennsylvania politicians.
Who's the biggest spender?
It was Trulieve, yeah, $210,000.
Industry giants Trulieve and Cresco Labs led the way, spending $210,000 and $149,000 respectively. The Pennsylvania Cannabis Coalition spent $171,000. The statewide trade group represents businesses looking to influence Pennsylvania's pot policies.
I mean, I know we say lobbying, but what does that mean? What did this money actually pay for?
Yeah, so the reports are kind of broad. They're a little bit vague. They're separated broadly into sort of three categories. So it's gifts, so direct gifts for lawmakers, their relatives, staff, direct communications, which means, I am talking to this lawmaker to tell them, I think you should vote X, Y, and Z way on this bill, or I think you should support this administrative change, something like that. And then indirect communications, which is sort of like phone banking, organizing mailers, and trying to sway folks on issues.
But that is about as specific as state lobbying disclosures get. Lobbyists don't have to explain what that communication looks like. They do have to report when they spend money on hospitality, like taking a lawmaker to dinner, and when they give gifts like sports tickets. But other details are scarce.
It says indirect communication. So we don't know what legislation they're focusing on. We don't know which lawmakers they're targeting. We don't know how they're spending the money in detail.
That doesn't seem awfully transparent.
Yes, it's definitely a bit of a challenge when it comes to looking at how money is spent in politics.
The Spotlight PA team identified more than 24 companies and trade associations that produce or sell cannabis or advocate for legalization, lobbying lawmakers. The head of the Pennsylvania Cannabis Coalition, the second largest lobbying spender, said the dollar amounts show the scale of the state's rapidly expanding cannabis industry. Adding the trade group advocated for modernization to the medical marijuana program and advancing adult use legislation.
What impact does all of this money have on full recreational legalization?
Yeah, so the main question of folks who want to support recreational cannabis is how. Is it going to be a situation where existing cannabis sellers, predominantly medical companies, or just expand into the recreational industry, or is it going to be state-owned stores that are doing the selling and collecting presumably more revenue?
Like we do with alcohol.
Like we do with alcohol, exactly, yeah.
Spotlight PA's reporting doesn't end here. They're also investigating individual campaign contributions to influential lawmakers.
We'll bring you that story as their investigation continues. Now, you can always support and see independent investigations like this at spotlightpa.org.